Cejudo, the king of cringe, the greatest combat athlete of all time. Friend of mine, fresh off his UFC win and his retirement. So it should be a fun one.
I'm learning from Gordon, man. The retirement.
Two of the most hated guys in two different sports. I'm sure everybody will love this one.
Once I saw Gordon Ryan compete, I'm like, man, that fucking dude is so slick, dude. I said, Victor, I want to meet that dude. You know, I saw him with his crown. He would do his thing like he was a showman. So I'm like, I like him, dude. He's like me. When you see somebody that's be able to kind of manage those both things, like be a competitor and also like an entertainer, I think that stuff is extreme. I think it's extra special when you see guys like that. I think that's something that brought to my attention with Gordon. Like he wasn't your average humble champion. You know what I'm saying? So Mike, when I saw Gordon, I said it was almost like poetry on the mat. And I was like, man, the dude is a future. The little bit that I saw, I don't even know the sport so well, but the little bit that I saw from him at the tournament, just like, man, this dude was just rolling the best guys in the world up in the matter of minutes.
Most people don't understand the difference between amateur and professional sports. Like when you're an amateur athlete, the only thing you have to worry about is winning because you don't get paid, so all you have to do is win. But if you are an actual professional athlete and you want to make money, you have to be exciting in some way, whether it's competing or whether it's outside the mat or outside the cage. You have to be exciting in order for people to want to watch you, in order to get paid the money that you want to get paid, and nobody really gets that.
Yeah, and you know what? The thing is people don't understand, Gordon. They may not like you, but they respect the hell out of you, whether they like it or not. Like it's like, how can you hate on a Michael Jordan? How? He's got 6 rings. The dude has led a team. The dude he's a legend. You just cannot hate on a legend, a living legend. You know, but you're able to view it different. Where in my situation, I'm like, hey, I'm leaving. It's almost like it's prestige is what I bring. You know, it's almost like Michael Jordan retired, and he will always forever be the best, the greatest of all time. Henry Cejudo retired. Look at how he retired. Man, you can argue, may not like him. He may be short with a big head, but you gotta respect the dude.
I agree. I want to finish on top too, but you know, if I don't lose a match in the next 15 years, that'll be fucking awesome. But I assume someone's gonna beat me sometime along the road. But,
yeah, jiu-jitsu is so competitive too, man. It's like I fight twice a year. Gordon, you're doing matches. I don't know how many matches you're doing a year, man. You're by the draw of the number, man. Exactly, that's a lot.
I'm trying to do like 2 a month, so it's a lot.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Have you thought about any? What would be your dream match if you had to pick one opponent, Gordon? Who would be one guy, man, you got to take out?
A wrestler or a jiu-jitsu guy?
I'm gonna do both. We'll start off with the wrestling, then we'll go jiu-jitsu.
I think wrestling under like an ADCC rule set would be cool with like any of the top guys, like any guys my size, like Schneider or Jaden Cox.
See, now we're on to something.
Like those guys, cool, like under those guys under ADCC rules would definitely be. I mean, it would be tough, like to score on those guys, and like just the sheer exhaustion that comes with like trying to hand fight with an elite level wrestler like that comes into play. Is when you're doing like a 10, 20, 30, 40 minute potential ADCC match. But you know, that's what I live for. You know, I like to go against guys who I actually believe have a chance of beating me. Which in jiu-jitsu I don't see that. And then in jiu-jitsu, you know, everyone really that I've beaten, I want to go back and try to submit them. Everyone who I've beaten but not submitted, I just want to run the circle back and just go back and submit all those guys, and then fight any of the guys who want to compete. So, you know, a lot of guys online say they want to compete, but when it's actually time to agree on the terms and get out there and actually compete against me, they're like, yeah, I definitely don't want to do that. So anybody who's willing to compete against me, those are the guys I want to compete against.
Yeah, because the only reason why I bring that up, because I'm sure, because I was at ADC, I was at ADC. I saw you win I saw you win both your goals, and obviously, for me, obviously I saw Galvan too compete, and I'm just like, man, these dudes got if the guys are saying that this guy's the goat, then the young lion has to go out there and fight the big lion for territory. So that's
Yeah,
even as a wrestler, man, which I don't know anything about jiu-jitsu because I don't follow your sport. Like I know that storyline, and
yeah,
it could be extremely special one day if you guys are able to actually get that done, man, and give a gift to the world. You know what I'm saying? Rather than it being a Manny Pacquiao Floyd Mayweather when it took like 7 years for them to compete. Like that's exactly where the position that you guys are in. I think it's exciting.
yeah. Well, the interesting thing about that is I've been calling Andre out for like the last 5 years and just haven't been able to get a match with him. First, it was that he didn't know who I was, and I just got my black belt, and who was I to call him out? Then it was I had to win ADCC Absolute to be able to fight him, and then I won that, and now it's something else. So like he competes. I'm pretty sure there's a video of Andre saying that he would fight his grandmother for $40,000, and that's what he gets for ADCC to do the super fights. And this guy said that he wouldn't compete against me for less than $1 million, which obviously doesn't make any sense because no one's going to pay him that. So I've been trying to compete against this guy for years, and he just always finds a way to never want to compete against me. And then I actually backed him into a corner. He's like, "Oh, I don't need the money. $1 million or nothing. I don't need the money." I'm like, "Okay, well, let's do it for charity, and all the money raised will go to like building a hospital or a school in your hometown in Brazil." And then he just didn't respond at all. He was like, "Yeah, I'm just no." So trust me, I'm trying to get matches with all these fucking guys.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's hilarious, bro. I just think it's a trip, man, as a competitor. And I don't know Galvan, but as a competitor, man, if somebody was to call me out in my craft, in my prime, I'm doing what I'm doing. We're the same weight. Why wouldn't you compete, man? I think you know what I'm saying. Like he will. If he doesn't compete against you, Gordon, like he will forever like live with that, man. And I think as a
Yes.
competitor, what I believe in more than anything, the respect that I feel like I've received, or the people that I want to be recognized the most, is not the people. You know who it is? It's the legends. It's the people that say, no,
Yes.
that man did this, that man did that. Like you know what I'm saying? It's like a Daniel Cormier, a John Jones. Be like, hey man, say what you want about Triple C. The dude is freaking the real deal. He did X,
Yep.
Y, and Z rather than some dumbass fan telling me that I'm worth the shit. You know what I'm saying? So if Galvan wants to be considered as one of the goats, as one of the greatest of all time, and I don't know him, I don't have anything against him. He has to compete against Gordon Ryan.